Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey guys.
So we've had a lot of questions about our snap-on gear for halibut fishing, so we need to make up some new stuff. We thought we'd just do a quick video and show you what we do to cut the gangions and tie them, how they're assembled, and then just a short overview, I guess, of our longline reel and
yeah, show you our snaps and how they attach and our quick links and stuff like that.
Yep. So we're just using snap-on gear, and this is Gangion material. Traditionally, everybody's used this white flat stuff. It's made by Powers. It's called a round braid twine, and it's basically a flat nylon Gangion. It's got an outer core, and it's also got an inner core. And this stuff works good. It's strong. The flat stuff has traditionally been used, I guess, for fixed gear where the Gangion's actually tied to the ground line. And then there's also another variety of it that's stiff. We used to use this stuff. We stopped using it a few years ago and switched to this green poly, which is a lot more durable and it tends to fray less. And so we really like this stuff. It lasts a lot longer. The white stuff, it tends to, when fish spin the line, it'll spin it up like that and get tight, and it'll put a kink in it, and it's called hockling, and then it'll fray right there, and eventually it breaks off. Anyways, we're using this green poly. I think that Powers makes it too. I'm not sure right offhand. And the way we have this set up, it's pretty simple. I've got 2 screws in this board. This is 32 inches right here. I'm gonna wrap this line, this twine around it, and then I'm gonna cut it right in the middle, and I'm gonna end up with 2 gangions out of it that are each 32 inches long. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. You can just cut them individually, like on an electric hot knife or a battery charger with wire between the leads. It'll heat up, turn into a hot knife. A lot of guys will use a paddle board that's the width of their gangion, and they'll have a rod attached to the middle of it, and they'll chuck it into a drill, and they'll just spin the gangion material on it. That works good too. I don't really like that method though, because as you add layers on the outside of this, it makes the length longer, and we try and keep our gear somewhat consistent. It doesn't seem like a lot, but after you build it up like that much, it actually adds several inches onto the length of the gangion, the last ones that are wound on, as compared to the first ones that go on. And also when you hot knife it and cut it, it tends to just kind of fuse all of the gangions together in a wad. So you gotta heat up your knife a lot more. So anyways, this works good for us. So after I get it wrapped on there, I'm just gonna put a quick staple right here on the end, hold it in place. And then I just have a block, a flat bar here, but you can use anything, wood or whatever. And we're just gonna clamp this piece of flat bar on here. And the reason I put this flat bar on here is that when you cut these, they'll want to pop back. And if you don't have something holding one side of it, it'll loosen up the other side, and you just get all these weird lengths out of it. So once that's done, we'll just heat up a knife and cut it. I've got a mark right in the middle of it, and that way you'll get the same sized gangions. Just take a tword. I've got a Vicinox, it's just an old one. Doesn't need to be sharp because you're gonna melt right through this stuff. I'm gonna heat this up. Doesn't take much, doesn't need to be glowing red hot or anything. And we're just gonna cut those just like that.
Very nice.
Nice and easy. And this is what you're left with, is 2 bundles of gangions. The ends are nicely melted. That's important because this stuff will fray back. You don't want it to fray back into the knot and knot comes undone. You lose your snap, you lose your hook. Well, you wouldn't lose your snap, but you'd lose your hook.
Yep.
You see how they're fused together a little bit, but they're very easy to pull apart. So that's how we cut them. So to tie the gangion is pretty simple. I just use a nail, and I'll put a mark. Usually I'll have a mark so the loop comes out to be the same, and you just flip it around there, you grab it like that, you flip it over, and you come back through. What you'll end up with is a little tail right here, and this is just a loop underneath, and then this knot right here cinches that loop. It won't come out. It's a very strong knot. An overhand knot isn't as strong as this, and so it's a really good knot for this process. It's really fast to tie. You can literally tie a bundle of these, 100 or so, in maybe 15 minutes or less. We put a loop on each end like that, and then take our circle hook. We use 15/aughts. Come in a box of 250, and you come in from the bottom side of the hook, and then you just pull it over the top, and you pull it tight. That's done. And then our snaps our 3/8 bullnose snaps that we use. Has a swivel. I think these are 8/aught swivels. Same thing, you just go through here. If your loop's too short, you can't get it on that way, but what you can do, you just take your line back this way, pass it through, and then you flip that right over. Same thing. So that's done.
Shiny.
That's ready to go. All it needs is a piece of bait, and it'll catch a fish.
Yep. Very nice.
So let's go over here.
All right, guys. So here's our longline reel.
This is where we store it at home in our yard.
Yeah, this is our our little platform here. Just a bit on and off the truck.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. I think we had it weighed at the cannery, and they said it was...
At the time, it was like 1250.
Yeah.
1,250 pounds, and that was like...
as much line on it, so it's probably about 1,500 pounds. But we have it on this little bit of a hill, so we can back our truck up to it, and then we'll just drag it into the back of the truck with a come along. So this has about 4 miles of line on it. It's pretty much to the top. This is man line. It's leaded man line. It's 3 strand. One of the strands has a thin ribbon of lead in it, and that makes the buoyancy sinking, so it'll sink to the bottom. This is the same stuff. It's brand new. You can kind of see the difference with just the wear and everything.
Yep. Worn in.
Yeah, worn in, dirty. It's amazing how much dirt this stuff will hold from the sea bottom. So yeah, this is brand new stuff. It's 11/32 is the size. Like I say, it's leaded. And it comes in, what does it come in? Are they,
well, it'd be
1,800
300 fathom.
Yeah, they're
so
300 fathom rolls, so that's 1,800 feet is
Yep.
the size of the roll they come in. So like I say, we've got about 4 miles of gear on here. It's divided up into 100 fathom shots. Each shot is 100 fathoms. It's got a C-link on each end, and it's also marked at 25 fathoms, 50 fathoms, and 75 fathoms. And we have marks on the line, so when we're setting our gear out, if we're fishing in 50 fathoms of gear, I can tell Matt, you know, 50 fathoms, but put 60 fathoms of line on, and he'll be able to see that mark at 25 fathoms, and then one at 50, and then he just knows to pull off a little bit more, and that makes sure that we get enough buoy line on that we're not sinking our buoys and losing our gear. So having the line mark makes it really nice for setting gear, because we just use the same stuff for buoy line.
All right, so the C-links work by basically connecting each shot of line in between, like that. Just a real easy clip in.
Yep.
Keeps us from having to tie a buoy on, or some people cut the line out. I don't see ourselves doing that, but it's very weird and
yeah, they'll just have a piece of scrap line. But the nice thing about these is that if you want to put 2 shots on a set, you can put 2 shots on a set. If you want to put 15 shots on a set, you put 15 on it. You can cut it off wherever you want. It's nice and easy, and usually we'll make 3 sets.
Yeah.
And they'll be 10 to 12 shots long, basically. Maybe 14 with the buoy line. And so it just makes it really flexible and really easy to end a set where you want to.
Yeah, so, and also this is our buoy bridle. There's no buoys on it right now, but it's really easy when I'm setting out. I just, this would be the end, and I just slip it through the eye right here on the buoy bridle and just do a quick sheet bend like that. It's very quick, just to throw a quick sheet bend on it and throw the buoy out, start trailing the line. This will go out however deep. Like Dad says, he'll just tell me the depth of the set, and I'll just pull out the buoy line. And then once we get down to the anchor point, it's just a real simple knot as well. I'm not really sure what kind of knot it is.
It's a bowline and a bite.
Bowline and a bite.
But you're probably, I don't know if you'll have enough length there.
Oh yeah. So what I do is I just kind of do a little figure 8 like this. Round it over and pull that loop through.
Yep.
A little bit hard to demonstrate.
And of course, you're never passing this end back through or anything, because this would be already in the water.
Yep.
So that's also a really good knot right there. Came out a little wonky looking, but
yeah, it pulled tight.
Pulled tight. And the nice thing about it is, see, it creates this ear right here. So even if this gets really tight, all you have to do is flip this over, and you can break that ear right there. So it's a super good knot for that.
Yeah, same thing, really quick to just throw a knot in there and set the anchor out.
Yeah, and then you got a loop to tie your anchor in.
Yep.
So that's pretty much that for the buoy line and the anchor. So maybe show them how the snap goes on the line. It's just hanging right there off the gearbox.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be a baited hook. You just snap it and drop it on there. Spring loaded, basically.
Yep.
Holds it really tight.
Doesn't
and
slip.
Put a big hook or a big fish on there, it won't come off. As long as your diameter of your line isn't too small, these will stay put. If you use smaller line, like 1/4 inch, that might slide down, which is really annoying, but almost all of our line is 11/32.
Yeah, you can see how the bull nose really just, it pinches in there. It closes past the diameter of the line, so works great.
Yep, and then when they come in, I just unsnap them, and super simple.
Yep.
Really easy setup. So I guess that's kind of it for our longline setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's our longline setup right there, how we cut and tie our gangions, how they're attached to the line when it goes out. Just kind of a quick overview.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully you guys learned something, and like Dad said, people have been asking about it, so happy to show you how it works, and yeah.
yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks guys. See you next time.
Yeah, bye.